read a story of Oliver. This is a story by Sid Hoff. And there's a picture of Oliver, and as you can see, the children are sliding down his snout. That looks like fun. Okay. Alright. So here's Oliver. He's on the boat. He's on the way going across the seas. As some elephants came across the ocean on a ship. They were going to work in a circus. One elephant name was Oliver. When they landed, the circus man counted them. There's elephants coming down. So let's count the elephants. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh, here comes Oliver and everything. And 1 makes 11, says Oliver. There must be a mistake. I ordered only 10 elephants, said the circus man. We don't need 11. Oliver looks kind of sad. Wonder what he's feeling like right now. I won't take up much room, said Oliver. Elephants always do, said the circus man. Goodbye, Oliver, said the other elephants. Take care of yourself. And off they go with the circus man to work in the circus and have fun. Poor little Oliver's left behind. How do you think that made Oliver feel? Oliver was all alone. He didn't know where to go. A little mouse came along. Why don't you try the zoo, said the mouse. You look like the type they could use there. Thanks, I'll go at once, said Oliver. Look at the little mouse. He looks so small compared to Oliver's big feet. Taxi, said Oliver. What you need is a moving van, said the taxi man. He did not stop. He just kept right on going. Why do you think he kept on going? Oliver was too big to ride in the taxi, wasn't he? Oliver followed the cars. The drivers held out their hands when they made a turn. Oliver's looking to see the driver holding out his hand. This man's making a left-hand turn because he's got his left hand straight out. When Oliver made a turn, he held out his trunk. He held out his trunk to the right, so he was going to make a right-hand turn. Oh, then he walks up on a lady on the scales. He saw a woman weighing herself. My goodness, I'm as heavy as an elephant, she said. What do you think Oliver was thinking then? I am an elephant. After she got off the scales, look what Oliver did. He gets on the scales. He said, I'm heavy as an elephant too, he said. Well, Oliver got off the scales, and there he's walking along. He's at the zoo. At last, Oliver reached the zoo. Who's in charge here, he asked. I am, said the man. Do you need an elephant? Asked Oliver. I'm sorry, not right now, said the zoo man. Thanks anyway, Oliver said, and walked away. Oliver was feeling kind of sad. He wasn't wanted. How do you think he felt? Besides that, have you ever felt that way? A man was selling peanuts. May I help you sell them? Asked Oliver. Would you sell them or eat them? Asked the man. Eat them, said Oliver. The man gave him some peanuts for being honest. There he is, feeding the peanuts to Oliver. Oliver left the zoo. He walked down the street. Would anyone like to have a pet? He asked. He stops at the window with a man with a canary. I have a parakeet, said one person. Okay, Oliver's getting rejected. He doesn't know what to do. He goes on to the next person. I have a goldfish, said another person. This lady with a goldfish. Then he comes up, and I have a cat, said another person. There's a cat standing by him, Oliver looking on, wishing, I want to be somebody's pet. Then he comes up and looks over the fence. I have a duck, said someone else. Then he walks around the corner, and the lady looking out. I'd like a dog for a pet, said a lady. Oliver looked like he's smiling, so he's got an idea. What do you think Oliver was thinking about? I can pretend I'm a dog, said Oliver. All right, she said. So she hooks Oliver up like he's on a leash. Oliver and the lady went for a walk. Bow wow, said Oliver. Kind of big for a dog, isn't he? As they walk along the street, it says, what a nice dog, said the people. He's the biggest dog we ever saw. I'm hungry, said Oliver. Let's go home. So they went on home. She's over in her refrigerator and she's looking at what she's got available that Oliver might like. Don't you have any hay, he asked. No, but I have a nice bone, said the lady. You think elephants like bones or would eat a bone? Elephants need hay, Oliver said. I guess I can't be your dog after all. But thank you and goodbye. Goodbye, said the lady. So Oliver gets off on his track to go on and see what he can find. He's looking for some hay. All right, Oliver walked and walked. Some people were riding horses. Oliver watched. Finally comes up to a stable and there's two horses. Horses get hay. I wish I were a horse, he said. Man overheard him talking and said, do you need a horse, asked Oliver. You look like an elephant, but I'll ride you, said a man. The man sat on Oliver's back. Giddy up, he said. So he and Oliver take off. Then they walk up and they see these two horses. The horses jumped over the fence. What do you think Oliver was thinking about then? If Oliver thought he was a horse because he was being ridden. Plop! Oliver could not jump over the fence. I guess I'm not a horse, he said. Goodbye. Goodbye, said the man. Oliver broke the fence and the man fell down. Then Oliver goes on and he finds the children at the playground. He passed the playground. May I play, he asked. You may swing us, said the children. Wonder what kind of swing Oliver's going to do. Is he going to make a good swing? Is this the way, asked Oliver. Not quite, said the children, but it will do. He picks up the swing set by the top and holds it up. Imagine those kids were pretty scared. Wouldn't you be scared if that was happening to you? Then Oliver finds a seesaw. How does this work, asked Oliver. It's a seesaw. We'll get on the other side, said the children. It's going to take a lot of kids to balance that seesaw off, isn't it? Well, asked Oliver. Kid's sitting on the other end up there. Don't look like it's going to balance, does it? Need some more children. Well, they must have given up on that idea. All right, the kids rushed for the slide. They couldn't all get on at once. So they take turns. Give and take turns and be nice and let someone go in front of you. Oliver helped out. Oh goodness, there they go sliding down Oliver's trunk. That looks kind of like the picture on the front of the book, doesn't it? Alright, after they played for a while, then they rested. It was time to rest. The children talked about what they wanted to be when they grew up. You ever sat around and thought about what you wanted to do when you grow up? One little boy said, I want to be a policeman. A policeman walking by, Oliver looking, thinking. Then the little girl says, I want to be a nurse. And the nurse goes walking by. Oliver's still thinking, what he wanted to be when he grew up. I want to be a cowboy, said Ben. He's practicing his lassoing, and Oliver's watching. Said, you're doing a good job. I always wanted to work in the circus, said Oliver. I could be a dancing elephant. So Oliver started to dance for the children. All the dancing. Wonder what kind of music he was dancing to. Everybody stopped to watch. They didn't see the circus parade coming. They all were watching all of it. People on the outside the fence, all taking time and watching all of them. Here comes the circus down the street. They didn't see the acrobats. Nobody was watching them perform. They didn't see the jugglers. Uh-oh, they almost lost what they were juggling, thinking about nobody watching them. They didn't see the clowns walking by, nobody watching. Are they looking at me? Asked the lion tamer. No, said the lion. They're looking at some elephant dancing. What's going on here? Said the circus owner. He ran over to look. Everybody gathering around, what a commotion. Nobody paying attention to the circus going through. That's the best dancing elephant I've ever seen, he said. All of us look at him, how happy he is. He's dancing and performing what he wanted to do. It's Oliver, cried the elephants. They all look so happy to see him. You ever been somewhere and look for a person you hadn't seen in a while and be glad to see them? Oliver, said the circus man, I made a big mistake. We do need you. Will you join the circus? Look at Oliver smiling. He's so happy. He's wanted now. Somebody needs him. I'd love to, said Oliver. Hooray, cried the children. You got your wish. Will you remember us? Asked the children. Of course, said Oliver. An elephant never forgets. There he is telling goodbye to the children that he won't forget them. And even a rhinoceros remembered the fun we had. And off he goes to the circus to be a dancing elephant so everybody can see him. Does this book remind you of times when you went to a circus?
I've never been.
You never been to one? Been to circus? Yeah, I did. When your daddy was small, we went to the circus. We had a good time. All right. When Oliver was traveling from place to place and person to person, could you almost tell what was coming next? You could? Did you tell what was coming next? No? Okay. All right. Did it make sense when the when the circus man counted the elephants and he had 11 instead of 10? Did that make sense at all? Why he had 11? Somebody was going to be left out if he only wanted 10, weren't they? Can you picture when Oliver was hungry? Can you picture him with a bone, eating a bone instead of hay? No, bones are for dogs, aren't they? Not for elephants. But I'm glad he found hay in the stable with the horses. So how would you feel like when they were in the boat going across the ocean, coming to the circus? How do you think the elephants felt?
Crowded.
Very crowded. Yep. And if that boat is small with the elephants the size they are, that's kind of out of proportion, isn't it?
Surprised it didn't sink.
Yeah, that's right. Surprised it didn't sink. Yeah, they needed a bigger boat.